So my name is Dean Kreitzer, and I'm the owner, along with my wife Sylvia, of Over the Hill Orchards and Winery. Our company's called Over the Hill Orchards, and it's basically because we live on top of a hill. And when you get here, you have to go down into a valley and go up over a big hill. And once you come up to the top, you're greeted with a wonderful view and orchards that you can see, and it's very, very beautiful. We're only 20 minutes away from Regina, so it's not that far to come. When people come out here, they can it's like taking a break from the city life and the hustle and bustle, and you got, birds chirping and hawks flying, and so it's just a nice break from daily life.
Our orchard is very different in that we do some very cutting edge and very experimental things. We'll try to grow unique fruits that are different for the area or region that are not traditionally known for being here, such as apricots and peaches.
So we grow the cherries that were developed at the U of S, and they're sour cherries, so they're not like the ones you buy in the store, but they're very, very sweet and very, very tart. So the chefs really love the cherries because they can take just a little bit and they can make them go a long way. The cherries, along with the apples, along with the plums and pears, they're all hardy for Saskatchewan. And from all of these fruits, we make value-added products such as low-sugar jams, low-sugar syrups. We make cherry juice, pies, tarts, and chocolate-covered cherries. And then about 5 years ago, we started making wine. So it started with the cherry wine, and now we have 12 different types of wines that we create here. So the things we offer for people to come out is basically you can sit on the patio, have a piece of pie, have a glass of wine, and just relax overlooking the valley. Or you can come have a wine tasting where we go through all of our different wines, and we have that for, splurge groups or stagettes or any, family reunions or any of that sort of thing. Or you can actually come and do a walking tour. It's about an hour and a half, and you get to see all the different kinds of fruits we grow, how we harvest the fruit, how we process the fruit with our cherry pitter and all that.
I think that anybody who comes out to our orchard will be treated like royalty. We try to give them a really spectacular experience, something that's really unique to Saskatchewan that they would never get anywhere else. Everything from the staff that we hire to the ambiance to the beautiful location to the spectacular wines that we've created all make it come together to make it a truly unique Saskatchewan experience.
So we grow a lot of fruits that can't be grown in Saskatchewan. Typically you don't find peaches, or you don't find blackberries or grapes from France or anything like that grown here in the prairies. So how we do that is we actually grow the non-hardy fruits in containers or in these bags here. And once the fall comes, I take the containers or the bags and put them into our Quonset for over the winter, because we get -40, and these strawberries from France here can't handle -40. So they go into the Quonset for the winter. In the spring, I bring them back out and they start growing. So we can, in that way, we can grow a lot of different fruits there. So because they're in their own little bags, we have to provide all of the nutrients, we have to provide all of the water and all that. So I've created these systems of watering and growing, and especially with the strawberries, all the strawberry work that you do, normally strawberries are in the ground, so there's a lot of labor there. So you have to bend down and plant the strawberries, you have to weed the strawberries and harvest the strawberries. I put them up onto kind of stilts here, and everything is done at waist level, so it's a lot easier on the back and it's a lot faster to work with. So when I'm watering all of these plants, there's hundreds of different plants here. To water them by hand would take obviously a long time. So we've set up a trough system where all I got to do is turn on this valve and all of this row gets watered. So I turn on the valve and the water starts flowing into each trough over there. And then it's a float valve. So once the float is floating on the water, once it floats up and higher and higher and higher, it slowly shuts off the water. So in that way, all I got to do is turn on one valve and everything gets watered an inch of water for each trough. So that's kind of a very efficient way of watering plants. So here we have a tree that has a couple of different fruits on it. So this is an apricot, and you can see the fruit on here. And then this branch here is a peaches. So you can actually see the little peaches starting to come. So how you're able to do that, because you don't find this in nature, it's called with grafting. So what grafting is, it's almost like cut and paste on your computer. You can actually, on your computer, you highlight a word and you copy it or you cut it, and you can paste it on different parts of your document. With grafting on trees, what you do is you actually take your knife in around August and you cut into the bark and you get a bud off of the tree you want to make another copy of. You take that bud and you put it into another tree up here, say. You slice it in there, slip it in the bark, and you wrap it up. And if everything works, the following spring, when the sap flows into the branch here, it'll flow into that bud that you've moved from here to here, and it'll start growing a whole new stem that will be, in this case, an apricot. So this machine actually scares the birds, because we have magpies, we've got cedar waxwings, and we've got robins that actually cause a lot of damage. They eat our fruit. So what this machine does is it actually talks to them in their own language. So this microchip here has 8 recorded bird calls, and when the robins sit on the posts and they're ready to come and have supper, they hear over the speakers to run away or danger, danger, or whatever the bird is saying, and it gives them kind of a mental complex. So they kind of do a little dance up there because they really want my fruit, but they're a little scared. And when they're scared, then they don't feed. So it's quite remarkable how it works. So the Supper in the Orchard series that we have is a collaboration between us and the Canadian Culinary Federation of Regina. And the chefs bring out a new chef every Friday and Saturday from May till October. And they do a 4-course meal here at the winery. So people, when they come, they get to sit down and enjoy the beautiful view of the valley. I get to take them on a tour of the orchard in between courses, and the chefs come out and they explain where their ingredients came from and how they created the different dishes. So it's an amazing collaboration between our two groups. So it's awesome because people can actually, walk around and enjoy, sit on the patio, and part of the money that is spent here goes towards the Chef Association, so they can send their chefs for training or send their chefs to international competitions. Tonight we have Chef Jonathan from Crave Kitchen and Wine Bar. He is one of Canada's top chefs, and he's actually won the gold plates for Saskatchewan twice. And this year he's a member of Team Canada. So Team Canada is a group of 18 chefs and sous chefs that are representing Canada in Germany in February. So to have Jonathan here as one of our local chefs, and he's one of the best in Canada, is just amazing.
Well, it's fun to be out in a different environment and a different atmosphere. Right? Like I said, it's their dining room. You get to overlook the valley. You can see the thunderstorms rolling in, or the sunset as it goes down below the hills. And it's different. Going out to restaurants is a lot of fun and this and that, but it's a great experience to be able to experience something outside of the city. Today we did a tomato salad. So it was tomatoes from Floating Gardens out of Saskatoon, lightly poached and then marinated, served with a sweet pea puree, balsamic pearls, and then some fresh basil. Second course was a salmon terrine, so it was cured and lightly cooked with sumac, and it was served with a sea buckthorn vinaigrette. The main course was braised lamb shank. It was braised with cinnamon, red wine, tomatoes, star anise, served with a cornbread and some roasted root vegetables, local root veg.
The chef suppers have been really important to us because the last few years we've had drought in our orchard, and with less fruit available, you know, there's limited options of how we can continue to make money. So it's a great way to introduce new clients to us that maybe they follow the chef or they're interested in a supper out here that maybe they wouldn't have come before. So it's a great way to that we're getting new clients and new people that are aware of what our wines are all about. So it's been really beneficial for us to be diversified. When we have very little fruit, this is a great way that we can stay in business and keep you know, doing what we're doing and following our passion. So what I really enjoyed about the orchard was the challenge. The challenge of growing peaches in Saskatchewan is huge. So the highs are very high here. If you can actually pick your own peaches here like I do, it's amazing. But there's also a lot of lows where, you know, the past winter we lost a lot of trees due to the drought and due to the cold winter and all that. So I've always wanted a challenge, and with the fruit breeding, trying to create varieties that will survive in Saskatchewan, like the almonds or the seedless grapes and all that, that's what keeps me going. And me becoming a winemaker, you know, all the different things I've had to learn, my brain is like a sponge, so I've learned a lot over the years. It's been very difficult because I had a computer background, has nothing to do with agriculture. So, but we traveled all over and trying to learn, and then you come back here and it's reality. You get things thrown at you that you never would have expected. And so when you talk to me, when you come and see all that we've done, all that we have accomplished in those 19 years, you can see the passion, you can see the you know, the effort and the ambition and the stubbornness and determination that we've put into our business, and hopefully everybody enjoys that.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local on Demand, write us at max.local@sastel.com.